The new Lord of the Rings series, Rings of Power, has created a bit of controversy among viewers on social media, who say that J.R.R. Tolkien, the author of the series that the book is based on, never intended for Middle-earth to be inhabited by anyone other than white people. The characters in the book and in turn in the series are dwarves, elves, hobbits, wizards. That is their race. There is no black and white among those groups. So that criticism misses the spirit of the author entirely. Sophia Nomvete is among several of the characters of color in the new series, Rings of Power. It's been over 20 years since any kind of TV or film adaptation of The Lord of the Rings has hit our TVs or our cinemas. Times have obviously changed. Elves, dwarves, wizards, there aren't black or white elves or Latina dwarves. This is a fantasy. This is a series of books and stories that tries to teach larger lessons, morals, stories that help us become better people. It is really disconcerting when viewers try to interject issues of race where they don't even exist, where they don't belong, where even from a fictional standpoint do not make sense. This is why it is so important to continue our conversations around diversity, equity, and inclusion. We are so programmed. We have so many misconceptions, even in our unconscious, that brings out all of these biases, and they need to come up to the conscious so that we can change our behavior, so that we can change our thoughts. Nelson Mandela, when he came out of prison, got on a plane for the first time. When he saw that the pilot was Black, he kind of freaked out, and he talks about this in his memoir, in his autobiography. He had never known anyone but a white man to fly a plane. And so even someone as amazing, as important to racial conversations has these unconscious biases in his head. And so if we don't start to have these conversations among our society, even the people who are doing the right thing have these ideas that are misconceived. And so in order for us to move forward, in order for us to have a better chance at a better future, we need to start having these conversations. When Hollywood puts characters of color into their stories, where the story is not hindered in any way by the character being a Black person, a Latino person, an Asian person, it's the right thing to do. It makes sense, both from a philosophical standpoint and, let's face it, from a financial standpoint. So if you want to have more conversations about these things, if you want to explore more about unconscious bias, anti-racism, if you want to understand different cultures from an educational standpoint, give me a call. Check out my website at rosannsantos.com, and I can come and speak to your audiences.